Hey,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm well. Did the music already start?
Yeah, you don't have headphones on.
Oh, okay. Usually I hear it, but it's because of the other one.
Are you nervous? You sure? Okay, I can't hear you, Doug.
You can't?
You're being all quiet.
What?
Get these notes up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of See You in Rome.
This is yo.
And this is Rome, and this is episode number 66.
Oh, we're moving up there in the game.
66 episodes. We're trying video again. Hopefully it works out this time on the DSLR. So should this work out, I'm going to anticipate that within the next few days we should have some YouTube video to go with today's audio. So we'll definitely keep you all posted with that. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, how are you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How was your week?
You know what? This was a really good week for so many reasons. Mm-hmm. I feel just great on all levels, which we can really dig into.
Yeah, and I feel like I can see it seeping through your pores.
Really?
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
Before we jump into things, let's just knock out excuse me, best podcast of 2018, Undisputed. If you want to dispute it, go ahead and shoot us an email at coinrome@gmail.com. Also, if you want to get yourself some merch, go on over to afgoclothing.com.
Yeah, and we have a discount code for you guys. That's Zio and Rome15 gets you 15% off. Copy some merch, take a picture, tag us in it, let us shout you out.
Yeah, we really love seeing pictures of you guys wearing the merch, wearing the hoodies, wearing the t-shirts. It's a really good look. It makes us feel good, and we really do appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
So yeah, any exciting things go on with your week?
Not really. I get to work from home a lot longer than I anticipated for.
Right.
That's always a good thing. 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
So 2 weeks home, 2 weeks in the office.
Right. Which I've worked from home before, and it gets a little cabin feverish. I'm going to have to deal with how I'm going to manage that.
Yeah. You know, let's talk about these dogs.
I was trying to avoid it altogether.
I don't want to, but he's going to want to go outside, right? So I feel like dog life is changing a little bit for me. Starting today, I'm trying to keep the dog out of the bed, which is going to be hard.
Because you're very much that girl. She's very much the dog lover that's like, my dog can be wherever I'm at.
I wasn't always that way.
Okay.
When I first got this dog, I did not want this dog in the bed, but the crate training situation caused some complications to where my ex-husband was like, let's just let the dog sleep in the bed. Biggest mistake ever, in my opinion. As my life is kind of evolving, who knows? I may have a little meeting in my bedroom every once in a while.
A dog in your bed is not going to work out.
Yeah, it's not sexy. So we'll see how that goes. But we both have dogs. You have a female pit bull. How old is she now?
She's going to be 9.
All right. Bronx is 9. My dog Jax is
a puppy.
About 4.
Really?
He'll be 4 in March, I think.
I think that's still pretty much a baby.
Yeah, he's got a little baby face. Anyway, so they're getting along pretty well. At first, it was a little rough. For those of you who haven't caught on or haven't heard recent episodes, Sio and I are now living together. So merging both of our lives together has been quite interesting.
It has.
Yeah, I kind of talked about it on our story on Instagram, how at first it seemed like there were some adjustments. And I think we kind of talked about it on the podcast.
100%.
Dude, I'm adjusted.
Really?
Yeah.
And like even with the episode with Gats where you were like, oh my God, I don't know if I look forward to things like that, and you feel okay with all things.
I'm adjusted.
Good. I'm glad.
This flows.
I think it's because we're very much the same person though. Like we have little things here and there that are different, but for the most part, we kind of handle our days the way that it still benefits the other person, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I think that, I don't know if I said this before, but having 2 women in the same house is kind of like, I feel like I've been cloned in terms of trying to keep the house in order the way that I would like to. So that's been really, really nice. I really am trying to get away of this thing of talking so much about myself. But I feel that one of the good things about this show is that it's so focused on us. And then as we talk about our stories, our experiences, people really relate
100%
to whatever it is that we bring to the table. So I just want to say this in terms of feeling good this week. I feel healthy. I feel happy. I feel sexy.
All great things.
I feel empowered.
Yes.
I've had a few dates this week. That got me feeling some kind of way. Like one person that I dated, he really doesn't have relationship potential. However, he was so good looking and he was younger than me. And I think that like the fact that I was able to bag that had me feeling myself, bro.
Okay. You're like, I smell sexy. I smell powerful.
Yeah.
I done pulled this.
I was like, young man,
Let me show you what I could teach.
I'm about to fuck your life up. You don't even know.
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, your age is showing. Get the fuck out my face.
Yo. So you feel like that's a downfall with like dating younger guys? Like you get a lot of the perks, but you start to see a lot of difference. But I mean, do you feel like you acted that age in your 20s, or do you feel like we were a lot more grown in our 20s than a lot of these 20-year-olds
It depends. It really depends on objective motive and maturity level. So like there's this other guy that I've been kind of seeing. He's 29. He's very busy. When we're together, I really, really love our time together. He's really, really great. He's like really, really mature. And if I was interested in being in a relationship right now, and if he was looking for that, and somehow we both wanted to try something together,
you'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I would let that rock all day.
But granted, that's a later 20-year-old.
Now the 27-year-old,
think about what you were doing at 27.
The problem I have with the 27-year-old is that he was so like suave. He's very self-aware of how cute he is.
He was cute.
And he was trying to finesse the situation to the point where I'm like, son, I done lived so much life that it's like,
you can't fool me.
It's like, just chill. Like, you don't have to try to pull the wool over my eyes. Like,
it probably works for a lot of other girls, though.
I'm sure they do. And I'm realizing it doesn't work for me. Siri thinks I'm talking to her. No, but I mean, all in all, the fact that he was cute was cool, but then he got a little temperamental over a text message, and that's when I was like, nah.
I don't got time for it. You got the right one.
There's another guy that I've been seeing.
Look at you just living your best life, though.
This guy, this other guy, I'm trying to think. We went on a first date. That went really nice, and we've seen each other quite a few times since then. The thing that I really like about him is that he's just so nurturing. It's like he's nurturing like a woman. Like he just wants to make sure that I'm taken care of.
Do you like that?
I love it.
So do you feel like you would be okay in a lesbian relationship since he's so nurturing like a woman?
I mean,
it's a good question.
I don't think that I'm interested in that.
Okay.
That's not my lane. I don't think I'm ever going to explore that relationship wise for myself.
Relationship wise.
I
see what you did
Committed,
there.
exclusive relationship.
Got it.
Not for me.
Got it.
Yeah, but I think that everyone can appreciate a woman's touch, and not just sexually. I mean, just in terms of just someone who genuinely cares about your well-being. And that's really what I'm most concerned about. I'm really worried that I should let my dog out.
He's just trying to take a nap.
I hope so.
He is. He's fine.
At least he knows not to get into bed. He's doing a really good job. So yeah, dating has me feeling sexy. Doing my makeup has me feeling sexy. Going out, having a good time has me feeling great. We went to a Christmas party with some of my colleagues.
Correct.
It was good overall, a few awkward moments, but I think that I handled it really, really well.
As did I.
And man, you did an amazing job.
I did great.
And then we ended up going to an old
family friend.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine too. Yeah. Not as close, but
right.
You know, same circle of people or whatnot.
Correct.
We went over there. I played Pokino for the first time. Had a great time.
I still can't believe that was the first time that you
first
played
time
Pokino.
I've ever played that.
It's such a Spanish household game.
I may have played it when I was a kid.
Like all of our grandmas were playing Pokino.
I'm thinking about this one like very Spanish babysitter I had back in the day, and I think maybe
She might have put you on to Pekino.
Maybe, but I know we played Parcheesi.
Okay.
And backgammon and all those other old people games. So that was a lot of fun. Don't know if you want to get into what happened there.
I definitely want to get into what happened.
Okay, I'm going to let you run that down.
All right, so, we get to the party and everyone's kind of like doing their own thing because nothing's set up as of yet. We have the host actually cooking. He's throwing down on some wings. We have a couple drinks mixing up, whatever. Excuse me. I could have done that for you. So then he's not going to go outside. He just wants attention. Oh, maybe he is. All right. So next they have a tray of candy in the middle of the table. Right. And Rome is the type of girl that she sees candy. She's got a little bit of a sweet tooth. She's just going to go and grab some.
And I've been drinking.
And she's been drinking, So we're kind of just, parlaying, talking. And my friend's just throwing candy in her mouth, chomping away.
Bum, bum, bum.
Host comes over to us and he's talking to us at the table. And as he's mid-conversation, he looks over at Rome as she's chomping away, throwing this candy back. And he's like, oh my God, don't eat that. And she's like, what? She literally takes the candy out of her mouth and throws it on the table. And he's like, wait. And she's like, tell me what's going on.
In that moment, I was like, please don't tell me these are edibles, bro.
And what were they? They were edibles, ladies and gentlemen. And I was like, oh my God, Rome, how many did you eat? And she's like, I don't know.
I had him hugging me.
Yeah, he was like hugging her. He's like, it's okay. You're going to be fine. Just chill out. I could tell in the moment of the night when it hit you, though.
I recall when it hit me.
My friend went from being on her phone the way that Rome normally is when she's around people that she doesn't necessarily know like that. It takes you a while to kind of adjust and warm up to people. It went from you doing the normal Rome, being on your phone, interacting here and there, but still focused on your phone, to literally I'm in the kitchen with Larry and you're literally like this. Your phone is down. You're having conversations with everybody on the table and you're just like you're so happy and I'm like, hey, look at my friend, she is so high right now, she is so high. And he's like, I know. I was like, bro, that is not my friend. And then you hear me and you're like, I hear you talking about me over there. I'm like, bro, this is not you. You're like, I'm fine.
So I was smoking too. So here's what happened.
But
I think I was feeling
afterwards though.
No. I smoked
after.
You may be right. I mean, like when you have edibles, when you hit that level that you're like, okay, the edibles have arrived.
Yeah, here we are.
We're
edibles, undisputed.
It wasn't at that point. There were more people joining us with this game.
Yes.
And then CO had asked me to move over. Mm-hmm. So I moved over. And then I'm looking at my card and I looked up and realized that
your whole angle was different.
Yeah, like my whole perspective, the way it's been the whole night, I'm like, yo, this is a new scenery. And I'm like, yo, I'm asking myself like, yo, did this table shift? And I was like, oh, I forgot that I moved my chair. I'm like, boom. I was like,
do you don't
I'm
think
on
that
level.
fucks with your head though?
It does.
Like
but
if you're a paranoid person.
Yeah, but I think that knowing that I was amongst good people, amongst good company, amongst people we've known for a long time.
Yes, you were comfortable with that.
I was so okay.
Because I don't smoke, but I have smoked in the past. And I actually think that what's my problem is that I think too much.
Yeah.
So what the angle that you're speaking of happened to me one time. Right. One time I actually was smoking and I had just finished earlier that day. You guys know how I am with my furniture in my living room or any furniture for that matter. I tend to switch my furniture around every 2 to 3 weeks. I know I have a problem. However, I had switched my furniture around earlier that day and then I had decided to smoke with someone. I literally went into my living room and just because the way the furniture was set up was so different from earlier that day when I was sober, I was tripping balls, bro. Like, I literally was looking around like, yo, this is making me bug the fuck out, because the last thing I remember the way that my furniture was not like this, and it made me feel like I was in a completely different world just because my furniture was different. And I think that because I can be so paranoid that way is the reason why I don't smoke. Like, I'm too in my head, I think too much, and I tend to just be like, you know what? I cannot be this way. I'm psyching myself out, which is the reason why I don't smoke. I rather just, by all means, be sober. I rather drink some liquor here and there and call it a day. As far as bud, I think I can't. I'm too paranoid for all that shit, honestly. And if I can only imagine how edibles would make me feel. Like, if edibles give you that much of a quick high, forget it, bro. Like, I am not going to do
edibles
that.
Don't so much give you a quick high. They just give you a really deep
I can't do it.
And
I can't do it.
I feel like it depends, though. Would you do it if you were at home, you're celebrating something special? It's me, you. There's some potential penis that you wouldn't mind.
No, because I'm thinking too hard now. If it's potential penis
that you've already been with,
potential vagina that I've been with,
that
that I know and I feel comfortable with, probably.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little intimidated when it comes to like new surroundings, and I really do. People think I'm such a social butterfly, but I fake it a lot just to kind of like be in that, that feeling. But I would definitely feel some type of way. Now, I have smoked in the past and almost got it in my head, and I was with actually Melissa. I was with Melly, one of our close friends, and I started to trip. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys, like, I don't feel good. And she literally looked at me and she grabs my hand and she's like, Sio, go change out of this long sleeve and put a short sleeve on. Come back outside and you're going to be perfectly fine. We're going to have a good time. We're going to laugh, whatever. And I was like, okay. I went into my room. I changed into a short sleeve shirt. I came outside. She started making me laugh. I completely forgot about me tripping out. So I think that it is what you're saying, being around good company, enjoying the environment that you're in. Because once you get in your head,
less worried.
Exactly. Because once I become very, very worried about what's going on, I trip even harder. Which is why I choose not to smoke, because I don't know how I'm going to react.
I mean, personally, I wasn't planning on smoking at all, but when I was eating what I thought were sour watermelon patch
it
joints.
Definitely was not.
Yeah, so shout out to all of y'all.
Yeah.
That made that possible.
There was a lot of edibles in that candy bowl, though.
Yeah.
Go you.
Anyway, so I have a quick topic. It's about weight loss. So basically, I had a really good week this week up until the weekend. I'm having fun. I'm being festive. It's fine. But
the holidays.
Lunch, breakfast has been very lean. Sometimes I skip dinner. I haven't been dealing with cravings and a whole bunch of crazy shit like I normally do. And I'm starting to think, now that I'm single, now that I'm dating, now that I have this desire to be more attractive and to feel my best, I'm starting to wonder if subconsciously, like, my mind's kind of like blocking out all that other shit. Or I feel like I was depressed before and didn't realize it, and I was doing a lot of emotional eating.
Which we briefly spoke about this week.
Yeah, but whatever the case is, it's like I had a really good week. I lost quite a few pounds. I just want to know, like, how do I keep this going? Because if I do end up in a relationship again, I want to feel like it's super important to just continue to make my health, my wellness, my appearance a priority. I never want to slip back into that I don't give a fuck mode.
I think we've all been there, though. I think that as a whole, we tend to get, and that goes for men and women, I think we tend to get very, very, very comfortable when it comes to being in relationships. And we tend to kind of like let ourselves go. Yeah. And I think it's really important to not find ourselves in that space. And that's something that I'm learning too. I don't have the answers. So with me being single now for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Wow. Being single now for a year and a half, I literally enjoy getting up in the morning and like doing my makeup and feeling my best, to the point where like people at my job have even said, like, girl, how do you do your makeup every day? How do you come into work looking like this every day? And I'm like, honestly, it really doesn't take me that long to do my makeup. I'd say probably like 20 minutes. And then after that, it's good. But I feel so good about myself as a person, as an individual, individual being the key word. When I take care of myself, that like I feel like I need to continue that with regardless, like no matter who is in my life.
Right.
Because with us getting comfortable, we tend to lose our sense of self.
Right.
And why? Like, why? If you lose your sense of self, you lose the attraction that that person had with you to begin with also.
Of course. I do feel that with my last relationship, I feel like the woman I am now is not the person I was when I first started dating that person. And I think things happened throughout the relationship that kind of got my feelings wrapped up. And I do also feel that, you know, getting diagnosed with MS was like the first big drop in the bucket that really got me going in the wrong direction. But I don't know. That's behind me now. So now I'm just like,
I want to touch really quickly on that because we did discuss this earlier this week. And I think it's important to discuss, especially for people who are suffering from certain illnesses. You have said that because you're happier, that because you feel like you're taking better care of yourself so naturally, like it's just something you want to do, you have not experienced as many MS symptoms or episodes that you were at one point, sometime last year at this point.
Yeah. I mean, this has been a good year.
Do you feel like your state of emotion has a lot to do with you not experiencing those feelings, those illnesses, those symptoms, those episodes?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but like, I do feel like sometimes illness can dwell in negative environments and in negative situations.
And it can bring that out of you.
Yeah. And I want to think that if I'm not feeling my best emotionally, I can easily see how that would have caused me to feel pretty shitty or whatnot. But overall, right now, I'm just trying to seize the moment, really enjoy all this great shit that's going on. And I don't know, just hope that I can keep it this way as long as possible.
I definitely see a change in you.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully it's a positive change.
Absolutely.
My only concern is that I have been a little bit reckless. Like, I just don't care. I'm doing what I want when I want.
Reckless? Like how?
And I don't know. I just feel like as women, like, it's kind of like it's frowned upon if we date multiple people, if we have sex with who we want, when we want, how we want, saying what's on our mind. Like, I've been saying what's on my mind.
I feel like you have, but I feel like yesterday was such a clear indicator to me of how you're learning to not always say what's on your mind.
Yeah, I think I'm learning better time, place, appropriateness.
100%.
I think I don't pop off as much. I don't know. This has been a good week. I'm a whole new person.
Yeah, and I think that lost it. Continue.
Anyway, I mean, just to wrap up the note, I just want to say I don't know how I'm going to just kind of keep this going. My thing is, like, as women, like, do we get with a man that we're worried that, like, if we gain weight that he's going to leave us?
No, I remember again. So basically you were saying, like, how do you keep it together? Or no, rather, like, we live in a society where, you know, it's frowned upon, where women have multiple people that they're dating, but who cares? Like, I feel like that's changing. I feel like we also live in a day and age where, like, it's okay for women to say what's on their mind. We're kind of taking that power back. Like, you are supposed to perceive a female a certain type of way. Well, guess what? I am all powerful and I can do all things.
Now, do you think that's scaring men? I mean, because my thing is, like, if men already thought I was intimidating before, now that I'm really doing whatever the fuck I want, like, that's got to be even more intimidating.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to be, like, intimidating but fun.
And
I'm not trying to be intimidating.
You're trying to be balanced.
I understand how my assertiveness can come off intimidating.
Right.
But I also want to be fun to where anyone who's thinking about being involved with me, they feel safe and comfortable.
And I think that learning that balance is key. I'm also there. I'm trying to learn that balance too. But I also believe that by me being myself, which can come off intimidating at times, is only going to attract the right person that can handle all that.
That's true.
Anyone who's weak and feels like, oh my God, I can't because I need my female to be submissive. And let it be known, I can be submissive to the right situation, to the right person. But I'm also going to speak my mind at times where I feel like I need to.
Yeah.
So if that comes off intimidating to you, so sorry. Move it along.
I feel that. All right.
But with that being said, you know, the holidays are approaching us.
Yeah.
We have Christmas coming up soon and New Year's and all of these things. You have a birthday coming up soon.
I do.
And I'm kind of thinking of, I'm 33 years old and I'm thinking, when the hell did I stop getting gifts?
Mm-hmm.
When did I stop getting gifts for the holidays, for my birthdays and stuff like that? Because I'm like, I don't remember the last time my mom got me a holiday gift or a birthday gift or anyone for that matter. I'm constantly giving like my nieces, my kid, you know, close people gifts. And I'm just like, well, where the fuck is my gifts?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it came to a certain point in your life where you're like, oh, I don't get gifts anymore and I don't expect them?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I do feel holidays are more about the kids.
Right.
When it comes to adults, I typically get just like a little something just to
A
show you that I
card.
thought
Yeah,
about you.
yeah.
I'll get a gift, but it's probably going to be within the $25 or less range unless you more than just a friend. You know
But
what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like, do parents still give their 30-year-old kids gifts?
My parents do.
What the fuck, yo? I need new parents.
But the thing is that they don't get me like big extravagant gifts.
I don't care. I
No,
want
like,
whatever. I want some chapstick.
Last year for my birthday, my mom got me like a little massage thing. Like you plug it into the wall and it's like a heat pad massager. She got me like a nice little bed comfortable thing. And, you know, my mom gets me like little things
Little
that she
knickknacks
thought
here and
that I
there.
would like, you
Right.
know, which I appreciated. My dad will give me like a keychain with like my initials on it or like, you know, little things here and there. You know what I mean?
But all those things add up and you're just appreciative of it.
Yeah, but I'm going to be real with you. The reason why I think I still get gifts from my parents is because I still gift so much to them. And I'm not saying in comparison to you, I'm just saying I never forget a birthday. I never forget a holiday, no matter how big, how small. I always make sure that I get them something. And I think in their mind, they're like, she's always getting me something.
have
Let
to
me
get
get
her
her
something,
something.
right?
So I think that's what's
Keeping that
the
alive.
proponent of that. You know what I mean? My brother's not a good gift giver, but his wife is there to kind of like remind him. And I feel like guys can be like that sometimes.
Absolutely, I agree to that.
But in my conversations that I have with other women, I feel that you do fall in the category of most women where they feel like they're forgotten. They're out here trying to make everybody else's day special, make everybody else happy. But then it's like, what about me?
Right.
What about me? So you're not alone in that, I'm sure. I think that thing stopped again, man. I give up on video today, you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's weird. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
So, like, let me ask you, like, you still get your mom gifts for Christmas and birthdays?
Yes. So for her birthday, I tend to do like dinners.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take her out to somewhere where I know she really enjoys. Like my mom's a really big Red Lobster girl.
Okay.
Always has been.
Okay.
So I'll do something along those lines. And for Christmas, I always get her like little knickknacks here and there. Like she's really big on the Pandora bracelets or the little necklaces that have the little pendants inside of them.
Okay.
So the last couple of years, I've gotten her either a charm or something, necklace related to that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what they're called, but yeah. And I always get her something. And I don't know. I just feel like I stopped getting gifts after a while, which I'm not saying that I'm upset about it. I just
if you
thought about
deserve it,
it
you
and I'm
deserve
like,
it.
yo, when did I stop getting gifts? Because I'm over here buying everyone gifts. Can a nigga get a gift?
Yeah, can a nigga get a gift? Maybe we need to start putting it out there like, hey, if you're thinking about getting me something for my birthday, this is something I could really use.
Actually, you know, that really works because let me tell you, these sneakers that I have on right now,
Yeah.
I literally seen these one time on an ad that comes on Facebook and I screenshotted it and I posted it on my Instagram and I was like, hey, my birthday's coming up. I'm a size 8. If anyone decides to get me a gift, here you go. It was really a joke. And one of my coworkers showed up with my fucking sneakers that I have on right now. He was like, happy birthday. I did not expect that. Shout out to Danny.
Yo, shout out to you, Danny.
Shout out to Danny because he was like, here. I was like, yo, I did not expect any of that. Like same exact sneakers. How you figured out, I don't fucking know. But bro, that's love.
Shouts out to you, fam.
That's love.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's been some Christmases where I felt like, damn, I feel like I was left behind or I didn't really get anything special. And then you're looking on social media at people getting shit like cars and, you know, big things. And you're like, I just wish someone would do something like that for me. But you know what? What I have taught myself is to just be grateful for life, be grateful for family, be grateful for love, be grateful for positivity. Even though there's people that may be receiving gifts on social media, you don't know what their day-to-day lives are like. Are they really happy? Is that on a credit card? Are they in tons of debt?
I really don't care about the car, or the houses, or any jewelry or anything. Like, send me some flowers to my job, nigga. Like, that's all I want.
Yeah, I like flowers to the job. Like,
yeah,
that
some edibles.
Gets the pussy really wet.
Yo, no, I'm telling you,
flowers to the job.
Edible arrangements, flowers to the job. Ooh. You're showing everyone that when that shit walks that you feeling. Yo, you getting the buns.
Now you can't. I'm not gonna say you're gonna get the buns immediately if you and I have never had sex.
That's
together.
That's true.
However, if there's sexual chemistry already established between us, we've been dating,
you might get the buns.
I'm already thinking about giving you the buns anyway, or I've already given you the buns in the past. You give me the flowers, son. I'm busting it wide open.
This is a good question. Has there ever been someone that you don't feel attracted enough to give the buns to? However, some time passes and you're just like, you know what? I might give nigga the buns. Like,
sometimes, I mean, I've had sex with people that aren't necessarily that physically attractive, but I feel so much of chemistry and so much love that I've done
but
it.
I'm saying, like, over time. So, like, let's say you first meet someone.
Yes.
And yeah?
I was telling you about someone that we actually saw when we were in New York last time.
Yeah.
I told you how we had this like dope connection. Upon meeting him the first time, I never looked at him and was like, ooh, yes, daddy. Nah.
So how long did it take for you to decide to be like, ooh, yes, daddy?
I think, I don't even know how I don't even know how we started fucking, bro. Like, I can't even remember. I know it took more than a few encounters.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about longer than that, though. Like, so I've had situations.
I don't know. I just feel like I always viewed him as my friend, and the next thing you know, things changed, and we were having sex. I don't know how long it was.
Because I've had situations where, like,
I never saw him as a thing like that, and then all of a sudden it happened.
Yeah, I'll like click with someone on a friendship level, and it'll just be that. And then something happens where, like, a couple years later, we'll like click up again. And now I'm like, I'm still not seeing you on that level, but I don't know. Something's changed where I may give you the buns. Just saying. I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like sex is more than just the face. Sometimes it's a feeling.
At the moment.
If the hygiene is right. You know what I mean?
Hygiene is really important, guys. I want to stress that to everyone. I feel like
if you smell like a teenage boy who hasn't showered in 3 days, I'm not doing it.
Not even just that. Like, I feel like I'm so attentive to detail. So, like, while we're speaking, I could be looking at your hair. I could be looking at your hands and your fingernails. I could be looking at your shoes. I can be, and that sounds materialistic, but it's really not. I'm the farthest thing from materialistic, but like I can be looking at all of these things to kind of give me a mental picture of how you take care of yourself. And if you don't take care of yourself, by all means, I'm probably not going to want to do anything with you, because I'm not going to go the extra mile of making sure that I'm always clean. I'm showering every day, maybe multiple times a day, looking cute, taking care of my hair, doing all of these things to give you the buns when you clearly don't take care of yourself.
And it's not even so much that. For me, it's more from like germ level.
Yeah, yo,
like your tongue is in my mouth, even though you may be wearing a condom, your scrotum's gonna be banging up against my vagina. Like, my thing is, like, if your hands are nasty, how's everything else kept, and how am I gonna let that near my mouth, near my pussy?
Vagina? Listen, I want to let it be known, fellas, ladies, if you ladies don't know, your nana is so sensitive. Yes, it's so sensitive.
Just a nigga fingering you with dirty fingernails.
Yo, a nigga can literally break up a blunt, roll up the blunt, smoke, and then hours later hasn't washed his hands, and y'all are getting down and dirty. My nigga, you're getting down and dirty because your vagina now has all of that residue from his fingernails.
Sealed.
No, I'm serious. Next thing you know, you got a yeast infection or a UTI, and you're wondering what the fuck happened. Nigga, you got some sativa in your vagina.
That was good.
Just saying.
That was good. Yo.
This is a perfect segue, by the way.
Go for it.
So talking about sex and guys and girls and all of these things, I have a question for you, and I think we briefly discussed it, but I want to like get listeners' input as well.
Okay.
Do you think that guys think of having raw sex with a female the same way that females think about girls? Girls having sorry, girls having raw sex with guys?
No.
Do you think it's more intimate for girls than it is for guys?
Yes.
That's fucked up.
Guys will have raw sex just because they're horny and don't have a condom. They willing to risk their entire STD status just to get some pussy.
But that's my thing. Like, so they don't really, so you don't think that guys are like, oh, I know her. She's clean. She would never do some shit like this. She would never let a nigga go wrong.
It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Damn it.
I mean, it can be, but I feel like sometimes it's just as simple as like condoms. What's that? I don't have one. Who cares? My dick's hard. It's that simple. Like, you know, the Brilliant Idiots, they were actually just talking about this on their most recent episode on how like the way the blood rushes to an organ that's outside of their body. It's like it so interferes with their normal like logical train of thought. Mm-hmm. You know, it's different for them. It's different.
Where for females, it's like, oh my God, like I'm allowing you skin on skin to penetrate my vagina with no type of cover. Mm-hmm. I think that females think about it as like, oh, they automatically assume, most females, I don't, but most females think like, oh, you literally see me.
We're close. We're on another level.
Yeah, like you literally see me on a different level where you feel
dumb.
like I'm worthy of you.
Who the fuck is thinking like that?
A lot of girls think that way. But I'm just like, listen, girls. Let's get it together. At the end of the day, these niggas is just out here trying to fuck.
Yo, at the end of the day, like at this age, like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like mistakes can still happen, okay?
Oh yeah.
However, my thing is like if I'm fucking with a nigga and he pulls out the condom, I actually respect him more for that he's thinking like it's not so much that I'm protecting myself, I'm protecting you. It's more important for me to be safe. It's more important for me to be safe than to think about the pleasure element. And that makes me think like you're smart and you're healthy. And like I admire a nigga that's whipping out the condom without me having to say something 100%. About it.
But I also want to say this by saying, girls, you guys got to get together. Stop thinking that because a nigga wants to raw dog you, that means that he's feeling you on a different level.
He's sorry.
Not. But also, I say that to say that men should also be aware of what they're doing when they're doing that.
Yeah, I need y'all to find a condom that works for you.
Or don't fucking make this girl feel like because you're choosing to raw dog her that
they're not making her feel that way.
They're girls that think that way. You're making her think that way. I think that you need to be very clear from the very beginning. I don't think men should be held accountable for women who create this thought in their head that, oh, he thinks I'm special because he's fucking me raw. Niggas sell dreams, Rome.
They do, but sometimes they don't, and sometimes women
Right. But in the scenario where niggas are selling dreams and they're like, oh, whatever, then they raw dog you and they don't call you for weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, you should have been clear from the very beginning.
Nah, I'm sorry. I can't blame the man for that.
Oof.
I can't.
Oof. You're telling me that if a nigga's courting you and he's telling you all of these sweet nothings, talking about how he views you a certain type of way and how you're different than the rest, he raw dogs you and then he don't hit you back for weeks and weeks and weeks, that he shouldn't be held liable for any of that?
What are we going to do? Put him in jail? No.
You don't understand.
Here's the
point
saying. That I'm making. I feel that we got to stop pointing the finger at these niggas and be like, look, if you expect a nigga to like be with you, take care of you, whatever, like start testing a nigga.
How would you test a nigga?
Yo, you taking me out to eat? Are you picking me up to take me out? Like do shit that shows me you're willing to go out of your way to take care of me. You know what I mean? Now, some niggas, they will do all those things and then once they get the pussy, they'll ghost. But that's just the luck of the draw. It happens sometimes. It happens. But ultimately, as far as dream selling this, that, and the third, I feel like if a bitch got her own dream, she don't need a nigga to sell her dreams. Right, so that's one.
Not every female's that strong.
Well, then she needs to fucking focus on developing herself so that way she doesn't feel like fall victim to that bullshit. So the second thing is that let's say you are a bitch with dreams and then now you got a nigga fucking with you and you're like, I'm sick of these niggas wasting my time. That's where I'm at. It took me a minute to kind of get hip to the dating scene again, but I'm to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm expecting a bare minimum from these niggas.
Damn.
I'm expecting the bare minimum. Regardless of what he says, I'm not going to believe it until I see it. For all I know, if I fuck this nigga right now, he might not ever hit me up again. Do I still want to fuck him? And then I'll be like, yes, for reasons ABC, XYZ. Or I'll be like, no, for reasons ABC, XYZ. At the end of the day, it's always my choice. And then if I let a nigga hit me raw, and then I'm like, fuck, I let this nigga hit me raw because I thought that he was going to be down for me. I'm looking at myself like, how foolish of me to have thought that.
For real. I agree with you, but I still feel like there's two parties involved.
I'm sorry. I feel like if you protect self first, that there is nothing that anyone else there should not be anything anyone else can do to penetrate your fortress if you take care of self first. And it's sad because we should expect these niggas to be out here and protecting us. But at the end of the day, we got to protect ourselves.
But that's sad what you're saying, because let's be 100. Like, the female body, the female period, we are so much more than we give ourselves credit for.
Absolutely.
We birth these men. We raise these men. We do so much for these men. We are their backbone. We are their protectors, even at times where they should be our protectors.
Yeah.
All of these things. And I don't think that we get enough of the credit that we deserve by these men.
But here's the thing. I feel like...
So how is self-protecting, self-realizing, all of these self-things really matter? I mean, they matter. I'm not trying to take that away.
Right.
We should definitely be doing for ourselves and looking out for ourselves. But I feel like it's important for our men to know that you are supposed to be protecting these females.
So I think that this kind of ties into the conversation we were having about the gift giving and the holidays, this, that, and the third. I also hold myself accountable for celebrating myself to the point where if a nigga's not celebrating me, he feels like he's not with the fucking program.
Right.
So the thing is that, like, I gotta sell niggas, I gotta sell the dream of self. You know what I mean? My thing is, like, I celebrate myself. I acknowledge myself so much. I appreciate myself so much. I know how much value I bring to the table, that if you fail to acknowledge that, you fail to celebrate that, you fail to appreciate that, you're going to feel awkwardly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like there's this person that I was dating that I actually just broke things off with him earlier this week. That was a very hard decision, but I just was in a situation where I was like, you know what? We were going in a very positive direction. Things are happy. Things were exciting. Things were great. We're now in a situation where he clearly just wants to keep me in the friend zone. We're seeing each other less and less. When I talk to him on the phone, I don't hear that excitement in his voice. I don't see the light in his eyes anymore. But I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to let a nigga's like him switching up cause me to feel any differently about myself. You know, so I gotta put my foot down and be like, yo, you ain't rising to the occasion. You're not doing the things that I expect you to do. You're not filling them shoes correctly. So see ya.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I just feel like there comes a time in a man's life where I feel like he needs to understand, like, you come from a woman, you fall in love with women, you know, if that's your cup of tea, like, what the fuck is wrong with our dogs?
They're playing, man. We just got to bring them in here. Okay. I guess my point is this. The dream selling thing, like, I don't know. I just stopped believing and trusting in that shit, man. As much as I would love to build with someone, I'm just not doing it anymore. I'll let it rock if it's rocking, but I'm not going to just believe something that someone tells me. I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know the value I can add to your life. Now you tell me, what value can you add to my life? Oh, he ain't got shit to say? Oh, okay. Then I already know. Like, if you can't answer those questions comfortably, what are you looking for? Oh, you can't answer that question? I don't know if the vibe's right. Like, no, that is not good enough.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a cop out.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, you can't answer these questions that are important to me, but then you want to be in my vagina? Fuck that. So here's my thing. If you don't give a fuck about what a nigga brings to the table, you don't give a fuck about him doing these things for you, and then you let him in your vagina, and then he goes ghost after that, who the fuck you gonna be mad at? This nigga or yourself? myself.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not mad at that.
You know what I mean? I'm sick of these niggas too. I'm so sick of y'all selling dreams and lying and shit. But I just accept the fact that it's a lot of fraud ass niggas out here. So I'm gonna hold myself accountable for bossing
And let's
up.
be 100. Like, I know that women outnumber men like 4-1.
Yeah,
the statistic may be different. I'm just saying that. But I think that temptation is a real thing for these men. But listen, if you find a woman that is worthy of so much, what is so difficult about just being loyal to that one female? I feel like with men, it's a numbers game. And it's almost like this empowerment to them of like how many bodies they can fucking knock down.
That word loyalty is interesting as it relates to romantic relationships. And I've been trying to figure out, how do I feel about that, right? Mm-hmm. So the cheating thing, we've had a conversation before about my views on it. Like, if you're going to do about it, just make sure you don't bring me home no diseases, and I don't even catch a whiff or inkling that you're out there doing your thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like a nigga could be loyal as fuck to his woman and still have those moments where he's like, I want to just a taste of a little something else or a little something different. Does that make him unloyal? Or does that make him just tempted and just entertaining himself?
I think that
does that make him disloyal?
I think that makes him disloyal.
Man.
Because what is the true definition of loyalty?
I feel like you could still be loyal to me if you're taking care of my home, if you're treating me right, you're still doing these things. I just feel like a man can treat you like a queen and have everything else right, but then I feel like they can also have these moments where they do stupid shit.
The exact definition of loyalty is a strong act of support or allegiance. You can't be allegiant to someone by including someone else.
But if he's like your queen, right? I take care of you, you wifey, all day, lay down my life on the line for you. Oh,
I seen a baddie at the mall.
At the mall. She's got fucking bird brains. I don't give a fuck about conversation. Mm-hmm. I just want to stick my dick in that real quick.
Okay, so he sticks his dick in that real quick raw. He comes back to you. No, see, you can't make up your fucking definition.
I told you in my example that my key thing is don't bring me any diseases and don't let me.
So only if he doesn't bring you diseases and he doesn't catch and you don't catch him fucking defines loyal to you.
No, what I'm saying is that if my man,
but that's temptation.
If my man were to fall into that temptation, my only ask, because I don't expect him to be a perfect human being,
right?
And that's the thing. I don't expect any man to be a perfect human being.
Correct.
My thing is that if you are going to fall into that temptation, please use protection so I don't catch any diseases. Please don't do shit that's gonna obviously show me that it's some bitch out there you knocking down.
Right, but then that goes to say, like, you're asking him these simple, most common things that you would think, like, listen, if you're gonna do this, I know that the situation, I don't want you to do that, but I know that temptation arises itself and blah, blah, blah. That's the same thing that women ask when they're like, please don't cheat on me, please don't be with another woman, and they still do it. So what makes you think that by you asking, don't bring me any diseases, don't have unprotected sex, don't let me get a whiff of you cheating, that's going to mean that they're going to fucking do it?
I don't know. I feel like
it's a chance regardless.
I know it's a chance regardless. Niggas are going to do what they want regardless.
And bitches
so it's like we could talk about it blue to the face. It's going to happen regardless. My point is this. I feel like I would rather plant the seed, because if I do find out that you're cheating on me by way of me going to the OBGYN, somebody's going to fucking get hurt.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Somebody's going to get hurt. I'm obviously going to be hurt because because my health is going to be impacted by this, right. And I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to fucking fuck your face up, bitch.
And not in the good way.
And if I find out who Shorty is, I'm going to hurt her too. I mean, that's just the bottom line. But my thing is, like, what I don't know is what I don't know. You're out there being clean. You're not bringing me diseases. I'm just letting niggas know it's not an issue until it's an issue.
I just feel like that doesn't define loyalty to me, because of the fact that, like, if I am worthy of so much to you, of all this love, of how you view me, and temptation still out there, you should still be so loyal to me to know that the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Do you feel like it's a realistic expectation to spend the rest of your life with a man and that he would never step out on you?
No, I'm not saying that that's realistic.
So the moment that he steps out on you, what happens? Do you leave him? Okay, so how are you going to spend the rest of your life with someone?
I'm not.
Exactly.
And that's okay. I'm so okay with that, because I feel like if you don't feel that I am worthy, because let's hold on, time out. Because let's just say this. Let's say that the what's the word I'm looking for? That the foot was on
the shoe was on
the other foot.
Yeah.
Right? And you are the one to step out on your man. Right?
Yeah.
Regardless of how much he's tempted, you fuck around, you're tempted, you step out on him. Do you really believe that your man is gonna look at you and say, "Listen, honey, I understand. Temptation is real"?
No, he's not.
You're gonna be a whore. You're going to be a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You're going to be dirty as fuck.
Yep.
Why are we holding these men as an excuse to certain things when they would not? That's like the question.
So I'm going to be a whore if he finds out I'm cheating.
Correct.
So if I find out my man's cheating, he's going to be all those things too.
Exactly.
The key is finding out. But here's my thing. Here's my concern. Just friend to friend. Mm-hmm. And this is woman to woman to all the women listening.
Uh-huh.
And for the men listening, I really hope y'all, this is doing something for y'all. Being that you're in a space where you're like, loyalty is a must. Mm-hmm. The moment I find out you're cheating on me, we're done.
Right.
I know it's not realistic for me to expect a man not to cheat on me, which means I also accept the fact that I cannot spend the rest of my life with someone, and I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Really?
100%.
That is interesting.
100%.
You and I are different in that way. I would take a lifetime of happy companionship with someone.
How happy is it really, though?
You really think that if my man is... Do you really think I'm not going to be... Like, I'm going to be emotionally affected if I don't know?
I feel like as women, we're so intuitive that there's always that inclination of that possibility being there once.
It's always there, though.
No. But once something's happening, I think that we sense it in the air. There's something that's off that we notice that makes us feel like something's not 100% right. Mm-hmm. At least I can speak for myself in saying that. I always have that feeling when something is going left. And that drives me insane. I cannot deal with that unknown feeling. And rather than always having that feeling, regardless of whether I know or not, I'd rather just be content by myself.
Okay.
By myself.
Yeah, I'm different. I
am the happiest when I'm by myself, because I don't need to put my happiness in someone else's hands unless they're really, really, really concerned with my own happiness.
Yeah. I'm not saying I want to be with a man that steps out on me. What I am saying is if I'm in a happy, healthy relationship and it just so happens that my man has a fluke, decides to have sex with someone else with a condom on, and I never find out about it, the thought of that doesn't disturb me tremendously, because I just know niggas is out here doing it every day, B.
I understand
and
that.
I know there's nothing I can do that can stop that.
But my point of view on that is that although I agree with you in that aspect, like, niggas is out here doing whatever the fuck they want, whether or not they feel like they got a queen at home or not.
Yeah.
My point of view is that if I'm such a queen to you, then you wouldn't listen. I'm not saying that if I don't find out, and if I don't know anything about it, then I'm not going to be happy with you, or I'm going to try and find things. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the moment I have any feeling that something is not okay because of how you're acting, how things are playing out, how you're moving.
The moment there's an indication, I'm done.
I'm out.
I'm in agreement with that. 110%.
I'm out, because there's nothing. I know that when I'm in a relationship with someone, I give 150%. All of me is invested in all of you. And I feel like if I cannot get that same thing in return, then I'd rather just be alone. That's fine. I don't have to be happy in a relationship. I can be happy with Zio by her damn self.
Yeah. I know I'm not in a position to offer anyone exclusivity and commitment right now.
And
to
that's
even
fine.
Talk about that. But I don't know. We'll see. But all in all, I don't expect for these men not to dig down.
But
shit.
listen, I don't expect men to dig down and fucking be 100% loyal, because let's be 100, we don't live in that world. But I do believe that we need to hold these men accountable for their actions.
I agree.
You can't be out here raw dogging bitches all the fucking time that you want and then expect not them. You shouldn't expect not one of them bitches to be crazy and to come at you and be like, oh, but you fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like everyone should use protection.
Everyone should use protection. That's not realistic, though. The same way that you're saying that these men being loyal isn't realistic.
No, I'm just saying that regardless, not being so specific to the reason of like you're gonna fuck with the wrong bitch, fucking raw. I just feel like,
but so be accountable.
If it's not even about these bitches, like protect yourself.
Exactly.
And you never know what these bitches have, and just be very aware as men that when you have unprotected sex with a woman, she may feel more of a connection with you that you can't handle.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that.
That's all I'm saying.
So I was on a date with someone who was making it seem as though money was not an issue. And I was like, okay, this is cool, you know. But then I had to really say to myself, like, can I really, if I'm in a relationship with someone who's, you know, got the dough, like, how do I create that shift in my life where now I'm allowing a man to take care of me financially? Or if there is something very specific that I like for him to buy me or something like that, like, how do I even utter the words out of my mouth? Because I've never been one to ask a nigga for anything specific. So I was like, let me Google this shit, right?
Oh my God, I can't.
How to ask a man for money. So this article I was reading, right, gave me the whole rundown. And I was like, this could work. This can work. So here's what you do. You do something for him. Like cook him a meal. Give him a massage. Let's say you guys live together. You have him over for dinner. You know, like I said, you cooked for him. Honey, how was your day? Butter him up. Do the loving thing that you do. It ain't got to be phony. It could be genuine. But just put the focus on him. And then be like, hey, I need your help with something. And then pause. The psychological pause. And then he goes, well, Sia, what is it? And then you're like, well, I was at the mall today and I saw a pair of shoes and it would make me so thrilled if I could have them. I don't have enough money to really get them right now, mainly because as you know, I'm focusing on buying that house. I'm focusing on getting my credit in order, whatever, but I really feel that I would be the happiest woman if I could just have those. Can you help me out with that?
Are you asking me if I would say that?
No, I'm just saying, that's how you lay it out. And then you just let him answer.
I can't do that.
It's hard, right?
It's really hard.
So let me be the guinea pig of the show.
Okay.
And I'm going to try this one of these days in the future.
Okay. And you're going to see if it works?
Yeah.
I just have never been the one to be really good at like receiving gifts from someone who's interested in me, or even friend, your stomach looks really little.
My stomach is hurting me right now.
Really?
That's why I'm sitting like that. Oh my God. Hold on. I gotta pause this.
Really?
Hold on, you guys. I was drinking coquito.
You gotta go poo?
I don't know. Hold on. I don't know. Okay.
Oh
hold on 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
You good, friend?
Yeah.
Bubble guts?
Yeah, it wasn't even anything serious.
Jesus Christ, that coquito is serious.
Yeah, I got like that little bit of lactose
thing going.
intolerance, just a little bit. All right, sorry about that. So, like asking for the money, that whole role play I just gave you, too difficult? Not comfortable?
No, I'm not. Like, I'm the type of person.
That's your man, though. Like, that's your man.
Okay, so listen. So this is the loophole to me. I feel like when someone's, you know, first courting me, when they're first trying to like prove a point as to why they want to be in my life or whatever, I feel like I have a problem or I have difficulty in them gifting me things. I have a problem with them asking if they need me to like help with anything, like if they can do anything for me. Like I feel like I'm so independent when it comes to certain things because I'm so used to doing it by myself that I can't just be so willingly and accepting of things. Now, if you're my man and we've got some time going on, I feel like I almost, and I know that expecting things is a bad thing, but I almost expect you to have my back in certain things. Like where I fall short, you should be able to pick up. And where you fall short, I should be able to pick up. Because there are certain times where it's not going to be 50-50. And someone has to pick up 75-25.
Okay, I'm not getting into that. He's your man. Are you comfortable asking him to buy you a pair of shoes?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you asking him?
Hey, babe, I saw these pair of shoes. I really like them. I only have like $50, but they're $80. You think you could spot me the rest?
How do you ask him to buy you the shoes without you chipping in?
Hey, babe, I saw these shoes at Walmart or wherever, Burlington, where JCPenney,
okay,
Macy's, wherever the fuck the shoes are at.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, babe, I saw these shoes. I think they're really, really cute. I want them.
Oh, so you do the CO thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have a
what
problem
is
asking
the CO
a man.
Thing?
So you don't have a problem asking a man to buy you something.
No, I don't have a problem with a man.
It's depending on how deep of a relationship
exactly.
You're in.
If you're courting me, I'm not feeling comfortable with that because I feel like that's also where expectations come from.
I don't think I'm ready to do this in a courting situation. Right. But I feel that in a relationship, I've never been one to ask a guy to buy me something.
I don't think that I normally...
The shoe thing, I've never asked a man to buy me a pair of shoes.
That's what I'm saying, though. I don't feel like I don't think like it's something that I do normally. But if I felt compelled, let's say it's not shoes. Let's say it's something that it's more important. I don't have a problem with asking you.
I've had a problem and I've never done it. And it's something I'm going to start doing.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a problem doing that.
I have.
It's almost like if I'm so like... People don't even verbatim say things that they need, but in relationships, I'm so like, again, like I said, attentive to detail that I can tell when someone is either needing or wanting something. And I don't even need you to ask me. I will just go do it. Mm-hmm. I know that you're probably that person too, where you're just like, I noticed that this person needs this.
Oh, me doing for people is not a problem.
Exactly.
But me asking for something specific from my partner is something I've never been comfortable doing.
But that needs to change because that's that's what I'm saying.
I'm changing that. So that's what I'm saying. I read the article to learn how to even do it.
Okay, good for you.
So,
I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. I'll let y'all know.
Yeah. Look at my dog.
You got any more notes, man?
Yes, I do. I have a note of something that I realized today, and I want to discuss it with you.
Okay.
What is up with long toenails?
No.
I know that some guys are into those types of things because they have like foot fetishes and they actually prefer longer toenails in comparison to like shorter toenails, pedicured, whatever. I personally, though, don't think that it's a cute look. I feel like you're going to stop, like you're in bed with someone, you're like tussling around, whatever. Don't you scrape your shit against people when you're nails are that fucking long, when your toenails are that long? Like, do you think that's a cute thing?
Don't like long toenails. Don't like anything extra with the toenails. Don't like feeling people's toenails on my body.
Yeah, that's weird.
Don't like toenails that hang over your toe or your shoe.
Thank you. So do you feel like that's the level of it being too long if it's hanging over your toe?
Yes.
Okay, I think it needs to be like right at the border of your toe.
Or shorter.
I
agree with that.
I think that at the border of your toe is probably the longest that I would ever think is okay. Anything past that, it's kind of like shorty. What are you doing?
What is you doing?
What is you doing, girl? Now, listen. I may, other people may see things differently. Other people may be like, no, it's sexy. It's cute. I know guys that actually prefer that. I personally don't think that it's a good look. I think that if your shoe is completely up to like length of your toe, but your toenails hanging over your shoe, you're doing too much, baby. You need to cut them shits down.
I agree.
Okay.
So that's the toenail PSA.
Yep.
All right, cool. So what else do I have here?
I have one more that I want to end with.
Okay. So I'll just wrap up with this. I'm kind of getting an itch for being in a relationship again. I feel like I want to continue dating and having fun, but I feel like this is going to get old quick. I know I'm going to want to be in a relationship
Can I
again
ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you're the type of girl that needs to be in a relationship?
Mm-mm.
So why are you having an itch? You just got out of a marriage.
Yeah.
Of almost a year.
Yeah.
Invested 4 years into that relationship. Mm-hmm. You haven't necessarily been single for a while. Mm-hmm. Where's the itch coming from?
The itch is coming from me only wanting to share my life with one person. I don't feel comfortable having an exchange of conversation, energy with all these different people.
Like, and I understand that, but shouldn't have your marriage alone taught you for that 1 year that that's not necessarily a realistic approach? You're not going to spend
Listen, I'm not saying I want to be in a relationship. I do miss the relationship dynamic over the single and dating dynamic.
Okay.
If I just so happen to come across someone who's a good fit and I can let that rock, that'll be the day that I'll be like, okay, this is good. You know what I mean? This diddy bopping around and dating and all this stuff is cool and it's fun, but I ain't going to be doing this for the next few years of my life.
Oh, like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not the lifestyle I want for myself long term.
No. Yeah, right. That's what I'm trying to get at. Because let's say you've been single really for what, 2-3 months?
Something like that.
Something like that. That's nothing.
Yeah, I'm not tripping. I'm just saying that I got my eyes open that if I do see something that's a potential good fit, I might be I'm willing to turn it into maybe more of an exclusive dating situation. But I've also made the very harsh decision that I am not offering anyone monogamy until they put a ring on my finger.
That's intense.
If I'm dating someone and we're moving in the right direction and he's like, I want to be with you. It's like, you know what? I like to be with you too. What I will be honest and tell you is that I've had a lot of relationship experiences and there's a lot of wonderful people out in this world. And if we are in a place where you're not sure if you want to spend the rest of your life with me, I can't commit to you 110%. Who knows? I may be exclusive and monogamous sexually, but if I just so happen to meet someone that turns out to be a better fit for me, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I'm not going to leave the door open for what's better for me.
I don't think you're wrong for that.
So my point is that I feel like when a man knows that he wants to spend the rest of his life with a woman, he needs to be putting a ring on that finger. I'm not saying you put a ring on the finger and then I'm going to start wedding planning right away. But I'm saying it's going to take that ring for me to be like, okay, now I'm on the shelf for you. I'm on the shelf for you because you made a sacrifice for me, and this is symbolic of that sacrifice. No, it's not realistic. I don't know if it's going to work, but I think that's where I am.
Yeah.
If you ain't going to make the investment and put it on the line for me, I ain't putting it on the line for you.
Listen, I think that we live in women, we spoke about this. Women are gaining strength in so many different ways, in so many different aspects of like relationships, society, all of these different things. Mm-hmm. It's a scary thought for men. Mm-hmm. It's a scary thought for men, and some may even be forced to have to do that and then not even play into it the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah,
but that's a risk that you're willing to take, and that's perfectly fine.
We'll see how it works. And then why do I feel like I'm on last week's notes? Because I am. Dude, I lost my note 66. What the fuck? Wow. You guys, I just lost the rest of my show notes, but
just go to recently deleted.
I don't know how to do that.
You go to your little arrow, you go to recently deleted, and it should be there. See that?
Nope.
Oh,
there it is.
See?
Yep. All right. And the last two things. Career. I think it's time for a career change. Mm-hmm. I've outgrown my position at my job. It has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that I know how skilled and talented I am. You know, last year was a year where my health was up, down, left, right, to where this job really made a good fit in my lifestyle. At this point, I'm just like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I need something else,
You're capable
more
of so much
stimulating.
more.
So there may be a change there. It's a little scary, man. If I make a switch for my job right now, man, I'm going to be forfeiting a really nice bonus and some other things too. But like I tell you guys, if you get to a point where you're driving to work and you're not feeling too good about what you do, that's usually an indicator that you should start looking for something else out there. So we'll see what happens with that. And then big shout out to my sister-in-law who is graduating from college on December the 13th to be a nurse. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, for sure.
And
says a lot about her.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled and excited to go be a part of that. So shout out to you, madam.
Shout out to you. And I have something I want to end with.
Okay.
It starts with a phrase, a motto of sorts. Motto of sorts.
Not model.
Not model.
M-O-T-E-L.
Motto. M-O-T-T-O.
Motto.
Okay.
Okay.
And the phrase goes a little something like this. Chicks before dicks. With that being said, Rome, what is your definition of chicks before dicks? I wish we had video for this.
Chicks before dicks.
Mm-hmm.
Friends before pens.
Pens? The fuck? What kind of shit are you on?
I just feel like you should never put a dick in front of before your friends' needs. Mm-hmm. And I do believe in that.
Okay. Do you feel like you're like too gung-ho about it, or do you feel like you're like, depending on situation, depending on moment?
Okay. This is hard to talk about unless we're going to talk about what actually happened.
You guys, and I'm opening the floor for you to do what you will.
Okay, so here's the deal, you guys. Friday morning, I got a phone call. It was the Dickmobile, okay? It's calling. Boop. And he was like, hey, tonight, bop, bop, bop. Now, this person's schedule's a little wishy-washy to where I was like, he might flake. Mm-hmm. So it might be good to have a plan B, right? Mm-hmm. So I get in conversation with Sia about what's going on tonight. She's like, no plans yet. Then she hits me with the, so-and-so and so-and-so might be doing this and I might do this, da-da-da-da. Do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, I'm down. So I'm going throughout the night hitting up,
Dickmobile.
Dick man. And then I'm not hearing back, and I'm like, oh, he's probably busy, caught up in work, whatever.
So then you text me saying, hey, I may be down to go out for sure.
I may be down to go out, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. So we're at the crib. We both get dressed, this, that, and the third. I'm like, what's the move? Oh, this other person's still waiting on this, that, and the third. Okay, things are kind of up in the air. And I'm like, well, my dick is ready right now.
Right now.
We were just going to try to find something to kill the time, but dick was ready right now. Mm-hmm. So I felt like for me, it is chicks before dicks, which is the reason why I consulted with my friend before doing anything. Friend, dick is on the line. If I go, is that going to be an issue? Are you still going to go out? Are you still going to have a good time tonight? You're still going to go out with these other people? Yeah, go ahead. Don't worry. So I went and I did what I do. But my friend ended up not going out that night.
Right.
And now I feel terrible because I feel like I should have.
Bitch, you felt terrible that same night. And I was just like, bitch, just go. And she's like,
I do feel
I'm not
terrible.
Supposed to do this.
I feel like I could have stayed. We could have made a night of it, but then I would have forfeited dick. And
right.
Forfeiting dick is hard when you can't get it whenever you want it.
You can, but I'm just saying that I think that you took it to the next level. Like you were like, no, like you were like, I'm not supposed to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, I still
feel bad right now.
I'm telling you to go. Now, let it be clear I think that we have the type of friendship where if I felt like you were being a bitch because you were dissing me and there was like legit concrete plans and you were like, I gotta go. Oh, I'm gonna definitely be like, I would
never do that if we had concrete plans.
I would definitely look at you some type of way. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why are you dipping on me right now? We have this to go to, blah, blah, blah. But because things were so up in the air, if it was reversed, if things were so up in the air, I would have fucking left your ass for some dick too. I would have been like, hey, listen, you really don't know what's going on. I'm going to go up here real quick. I'm going to handle this. Bop, bop, bop. Hit me up when you know what's going on and I'm going to come right back to you. And let it be that. That would have been the end of it.
So I think in conclusion, since this thing is still bothering me.
Yeah.
And I still feel pretty badly about it. You're going on record to say that there's no issue with what happened on Friday.
I am going on record on saying that there's no issue with what happened on Friday. And to be clear, that if at the moment you decide, at any other future moment, you decide, listen, I'm going to go get this dick and I feel some type of way about it, I will be very clear to you about saying chicks before dicks and you're being fucking foul. And I would hope that you would do the same thing in return.
Okay. I think that's fair. Okay. I feel a lot better now.
All right, cool beans. I'm glad that I can make you feel better about that.
Well, on that note, tell us, what do you think about chicks before dicks?
What do you think about raw dogging, chicks before dicks, and holding your man accountable for what loyalty is?
How do you ask someone to buy you a gift?
Holidays are coming up. Do you want a gift for yourself?
And how do you ask men to buy you shit?
Church.
Men, how do you feel about women who ask you to buy them things?
Men, how do you feel about women who allow you to raw dog and then expect further things from you?
So much to talk about. Email us at conrome@gmail.com or follow us on our socials, either at conrome or conrome podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye-bye.